ARPIS has been developing software specifically designed to make robust FMEAs for over 25 years. A question we are often asked by new customers is how they can import an FMEA that has been created using Excel into the IQ software. This video will explain how to do this and thus retain the data you have already worked on using a process FMEA example. Simply go to File, Import, Import Excel File. A dialog will open displaying your spreadsheet FMEA and enabling you to map the data. Make sure that the IQ software has selected the correct Excel tab for the data you are interested in. Note that the Read All Tables option will import each Excel tab as a separate structure in the resulting IQ data file. Most FMEAs will contain header data. As such, select which row the IQ software should start importing from the spreadsheet by right-clicking a cell in the correct line and selecting First Data Row. Each relevant data column needs to be assigned to a specific IQ object or attribute, whether this is a function, failure, severity rating, notes, or any other relevant data important to your FMEA. For clarification purposes, we'll take you through this process step by step and see the IQ structure expand gradually. Let's focus on the first three columns: the process step, its corresponding process number, and the functions. In order to map the columns, click the downward arrow. The process step is known in the IQ software as a system element. The process number can be assigned as an item code, which is one attribute of the system element. C is allocated as a function. Let's see how this looks in the IQ software. You can see your process steps as system elements at the second level of the structure with their respective functions. Some data may not be, by default, visible immediately. To show this, simply go to the display options and activate the necessary options. Column D is the failure mode, F is the effects, and H is the effects severity. Column I here contains the causes, with J its corresponding classification. Naturally, some Excel columns may be empty. As it stands, this is how the FMEA structure would look in the software. The elements now have failures and attributes allocated. At the top level, you will find all your effects listed under an automatically generated function called function for effects. This is because the IQ software data model does not allow a failure to be created without it being anchored to a function. Most Excel FMEAs do not contain these first level functions. Furthermore, at the third level, you will notice system elements created by the software, each containing a generic function, as these must exist for our failure causes to be anchored correctly. Attributes such as classifications can be seen next to the cause. You can see your failures in the failure net, as the IQ software has linked the failure modes, causes, and effects according to the logic from the Excel file. Now map the columns for actions, O&D ratings, and other data for risk analysis and optimization. You may have already evaluated the RPN in Excel, but as the IQ software automatically calculates this, it is not possible to import. Also, you do not need to map reoccurring severity ratings, as they don't change during optimization. The last level of your structure will now be populated with action and revision states, as well as deadlines and responsible persons assigned. If you want to avoid creating duplicate objects for the same effect, this is where the additional options of the mapping dialog come in handy. Effect objects will only be merged if they are spelled exactly the same and have the same severity valuation assigned. This is also possible for functions and failures. If you have structured your spreadsheet with more than one effect, cause, or action listed in a single cell, you can use this feature to separate these objects. Here you can see that the effects are separated with a comma. In theory, any character can be used as a delimiter and defined here. Note that if this option is used, this logic will be applied to all effects, causes, and action cells. So make sure this character is not used for any other purpose than a delimiter. If you have used a line break, then enter the string mentioned below. It is recommended that you now save your mapping strategy for later reuse. To choose your save strategy, click on Select. Now click on OK to import your file. All data is now available to view and edit in multiple editors, including the FMEA form. Choose the layout depending on your requirements. The IQ software is designed to help you create robust FMEAs. As such, more meaningful data is required than is usually entered in an Excel spreadsheet. This may include renaming certain automatically created IQ objects. And substantiating the structure and function analysis. If you need to import characteristics and other data from a control plan created in Excel, this is also possible using our Import Characteristics option. Thanks for watching. We hope you found this useful and informative. Please contact us if you have any questions.